feeling. Hey, don't stop feeling.
History was made on The Masked Singer when Hanson was revealed. They're the first band ever on the show. Crazy to see them, right?
Happening now. Today, the CDC releasing new mask and social distancing guidelines for people that are fully vaccinated. What those recommendations are and what one local business owner has to say about them. Next.
It's a strange sight. The backside of this car has actually melted. It's solar convergence. What's that? And can it really melt a car? Coming up.
Another quiet day ahead of us, but good rain chances are just around the corner. I'll see you in a few minutes to chat about it.
And the Bexar County Children's Court getting a new judge. What she hopes to accomplish once she takes the bench. The news at 5 starts right now. At first at 5, fully vaccinated people can ditch indoor masks and physical distancing. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announcing updated recommendations today.
That announcement comes as the CDC and the Biden administration have faced pressure to ease restrictions on fully vaccinated people. Tiffany Huerta spoke to a local business owner about these new changes. Tiffany, you're not wearing your mask now?
I'm outdoors and I'm socially distanced from a lot of people for sure. But Stephen and Ursula, bars and nightclubs that line the St. Mary's Strip are excited about what this means for them. I spoke to Blaine Tucker, the owner of The Mix, live music venue and nightclub, and he tells us this is positive and it signals the return to normalcy.
We've still maintained a lower capacity just in general, again, out of an abundance of caution, but really, this gives us an opportunity to kind of re-examine everything that we've done to kind of open up things a little bit more.
The CDC's new recommendations are that people should still wear masks in crowded indoor settings like buses, planes, hospitals, prisons, and homeless shelters. The CDC will also no longer recommend that fully vaccinated people wear masks outdoors in crowds. The Biden administration hopes this latest guidance will motivate more people to get vaccinated. So far, about 154 million Americans have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccines, and more than 117 million are fully vaccinated. Now, these new guidelines could cause more problems for some businesses since there is no way to distinguish between those fully vaccinated and those who are not. Now, coming up at 6, we hear from a different business owner about what he thinks about these new changes. Tiffany Huerta, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Tiffany. A lot of changes coming today. The Biden administration is calling another one a major step in the fight against the pandemic.
And today, the first full day that 12 to 15-year-olds are eligible to get the Pfizer vaccine in every state. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez with what this means for America.
If you are fully vaccinated, you can start doing the things that you had stopped doing because of the pandemic. We have all longed for this moment when we can get back to some sense of normalcy.
And more Americans are on their way to being vaccinated, with 12 to 15-year-olds now able to get a shot in every state.
You're about to get your first vaccine.
For the first time, major pharmacies now offering shots to that age group after the CDC gave its recommendation saying the Pfizer vaccine was found to be 100% effective in 12 to 15-year-olds with no safety concerns.
We've been really eager to get them vaccinated as soon as possible.
13-year-old Lucy Olson among the adolescents eagerly getting her first dose.
It didn't hurt as much as I was expecting, and it went quicker, and I haven't had any side effects.
This expansion making 17 million more Americans eligible for the vaccine, a major step as case numbers drop along with many states' restrictions. In Florida, where all mandates have been lifted, the governor announcing on Fox News he's pardoning anyone who violated mask or social distancing orders when they were in place.
These things with health should be advisory. They should not be punitive. And so we're happy to use our constitutional authority.
Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Moving on now to other news, a drowning reported in the Guadalupe River. The victim identified as 47-year-old Jason McCoy. He is from Midland. The Guadalupe County Sheriff's Office says McCoy was found last night. He'd been kayaking, but then his family reported seeing the kayak overturn at around 1:30. His body was recovered about 5 hours later. No foul play is suspected, and the Sheriff's Office is now investigating.
One of Leon Springs' most cherished restaurants destroyed by flames overnight. Flames broke out at the Grill at Leon Springs. Located off I-10 at Bernie Stage Road around 1 this morning is when that fire broke out. Owner Terry Burkle says he had no idea what went on until he received a knock at his door this morning saying the building was burned down. The restaurant has been a popular spot in Leon Springs for years. We went back this afternoon and spoke with locals who tell us.
We have loved this place, oh my gosh, back in the day when it was the Italian restaurant. And it's just so sad that this happened. It just breaks my heart.
The building itself has been in place since 1988. It first opened as the original Macaroni Grill. It had been standing as the Grill at Leon Springs for the last 16 years.
The 3 former Minneapolis police officers involved in the murder of George Floyd will not face a courtroom until next year now. A Minnesota judge delaying the case until March of 2022, and that's so that they can allow a federal trial to proceed first. That trial includes charges that the 3 officers violated Floyd's constitutional rights. The state court case, meanwhile, will still be held. It will be held next year. The state pressing charges of aiding and abetting Floyd's murder.
Meantime, the effort to get a posthumous pardon for George Floyd in Texas taking another step today. The Harris County Commissioner's Court unanimously passed a resolution calling for the pardon.
It's for a 2004 incident where Floyd served time for allegedly selling $10 worth of crack cocaine. The only evidence from the case was testimony from the former detective Gerald Goins, who is facing murder and records tampering charges in another case.
In a unanimous vote, Bexar County District Civil Court judges have approved a veteran prosecutor as associate judge for the Children's Court. Kimberly Burley will fill the vacancy on the Children's Court bench created when Associate Judge Richard Garcia retired earlier this month. She's the first woman and the first African American to hold the position. Burley previously worked in the Bexar County District Attorney's Office, where the bulk of her responsibilities involved child welfare advocacy.
I've evolved from someone who seeks more termination to someone who's really looking at how we can reunify these families and put them back together at all costs.
Burley says her objective is to take an inclusive approach in order to involve all parties in cases such as child abuse, neglect, and foster care.
The Federal Aviation Administration giving the green light on fixes to Boeing MAX 737 planes. That could mean that those planes could return to the skies soon. Some of them were grounded for a second time in April following issues with the electrical systems. United Airlines plans to return its fleet of MAX jets in the coming days. Southwest expects to fly them again in the next 3 weeks. The jets were previously grounded from March of 2019 to November 2020 following 2 fatal crashes that killed a combined 346 people.
Taking a look at the daily COVID-19 numbers in Bexar County. Metro Health reporting 265 new infections and no new deaths. There are 200 COVID positive patients in the hospital, 55 in the ICU, 26 are on ventilators.
And in keeping with the story we had just a few minutes ago, University Health now offering the Pfizer COVID vaccine to children ages 12 to 15. Again, that announcement made earlier today by the CDC. This comes after just one day after the CDC accepted their health advisor's endorsement on this. The vaccine will be given out at the Wonderland of the Americas off of Fredericksburg Road. The center is open 8 a.m. to 7:45 p.m. Monday through Friday. A parent or guardian must come with the child to get the vaccine. You can make an appointment or you can just walk in.
The Biden administration moving their focus to public health workers. The White House announcing today their investment of $7.4 billion. Nearly half of that money will go towards hiring tens of thousands of disease specialists. The rest of the money will go to prepare for future pandemics and create a new program to modernize the public health workforce. The funds will come from President Biden's relief package that passed in March.
All right, today we started off at 60 degrees, then we topped out in the mid 70s this afternoon. 75 the high temperature here in the Alamo City. The average high is 86, and I don't think we're going to be there until we get into next week. 83 now Del Rio, 79 in Lakey, only 70 currently in Leon Springs. We're 74 in Seguin and 76 near Lavernia, or 74 near Lavernia, 76 Floresville. You get the idea. We're in the 70s. A quiet evening, partly cloudy, pretty comfortable out there. Temperatures just gradually falling through the 60s. So at 8 o'clock, upper 60s. 10 o'clock, mid 60s, nothing to worry about. A light easterly breeze at about 3 to 8 miles per hour and low humidity. Tomorrow's another quiet day. Then our weather pattern gets active again. We're going to talk about that in much more detail coming right up. Thank you, Adam. That massive gas pipeline hacked several days ago, now back online places, piece by piece rather. Colonial Pipeline says that it is making substantial progress restoring service, but still a number of states are reporting gas shortages. ABC's Rena Roy with the details on the president's progress on preventing another future attack.
President Biden addressing the nation Thursday with a clear message for Americans up and down the East Coast as several states face shortages.
Do not get more gas than you need in the next few days. Panic buying will only slow the process.
Long lines at pumps across the Southeast with limited supply in some cases, even as the Colonial Pipeline comes back online.
Every gas station is, they're out of gas. They all have the bags on the pump, so. Yeah, it's been a journey to get some gas today.
In Atlanta, Georgia, a driver is taking off the out-of-service bags to try and squeeze out what was left.
Yeah, to make it work.
It's literally survival of the fittest. Colonial announced that its massive 5,500-mile pipeline restarted operations Wednesday, but it'll be several days before things are back to normal.
But I want to be clear, we'll not feel the effects at the pump immediately. This is not like flicking on a light switch.
Over 5 days ago, the FBI says the Russian-linked criminal hacker group DarkSide attacked the system, forcing the shutdown. Experts say this incident shows the U.S. needs to better protect critical infrastructure by focusing more on cybersecurity.
More of these systems are being digitized. Things that used to be manually operated are now being operated by computers, and that, of course, creates vulnerability.
President Biden signed an executive order Wednesday to help prevent future attacks like these by strengthening the relationship between federal officials and the private sector in hopes of fortifying cybersecurity defenses. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
A San Antonio woman dealing with a strange issue and her car, part of it melted. The manufacturer says it's not an issue on their end. Up next to what the woman says led to this bizarre ordeal and what the maker says about this damage. New at 5, the mystery of the melting car. It sounds strange. It looks strange. Part of a Toyota Prius actually became deformed, kind of warped. And all the driver says she did was park it outdoors. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz looks into how this phenomenon could happen.
You wouldn't expect a new car to have a meltdown, but look, the plastic on this Prius is rippled and distorted.
We thought, that's crazy. Cars don't melt in the sunshine.
Melissa Little says her daughter had backed her car into a parking spot at her apartment complex last October. Days later,
it looks like she had a wet paint job and someone took 3 fingers and ran it completely diagonally.
So they contacted Toyota only to be told it's not a malfunction, not covered by the warranty.
But I've gone through our warranty and I can't find anything that says don't park your vehicle in the sun. Toyota thinks that we should pay for it. They said that it's a phenomenon. Solar convergence.
Solar convergence? Turns out it's a rare but real thing and can happen when the sun, energy-efficient windows, and a meltable surface are all at the right place at the right time.
Luckily, the odds aren't very high. Otherwise, we'd be hearing a lot more of this.
Dr. Jack Leifer teaches the concept in his engineering class. Energy-efficient windows, typically required by building codes, are designed to reflect the sun. But when the pressure outside double-paned windows changes,
that can cause the windows to curve. In other words, the sheet of glass will almost suck in. That is going to create a situation where light waves that are coming in bounce off and focus at a particular spot.
Focusing a heat beam kind of like a magnifying glass.
It's very similar to a magnifying glass.
We contacted Toyota about the curious car damage. They declined to comment, but did contact Little, who says the car maker is denying her claim.
A repair. That's all we would like is a repair.
Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Gotta admit, I never heard of that either.
Solar convergence.
But Adam has heard of this.
Of course he has.
I'm
sure it's in some meteorological manual somewhere.
Yeah, no, you've got to learn that to be a meteorologist.
I've seen it before where it's happened in a rare case where, basically reflection off a window and you get a little bit of a bow to whatever that's the sun's reflecting off of. It can really make it powerful.
But you would think your car would be able to withstand that. But I guess in a Prius, a lot of the parts are not metal.
Yeah. And think back to math, the foci, and the parabola. Where things
I don't remember any of that.
Math.
What's he saying? Is that English?
I don't know.
Okay, let's move on. Jeez.
I'm not saying it's not important. I just was told there'd be no math at 5.
It focuses the energy.
Okay.
All right, quiet again tomorrow. Periods of rain this weekend. It's not going to be an all weekend rain, but periods of rain. And then an active weather pattern on the way, especially as we get into next week. We're going to jump into that in a moment. Take a look at our drought monitor. We have some improvements over South Texas. Yes, a few improvements out there. Still definitely some ground to make up in terms of the drought. I'm going to replay this for you because I know it zoomed out quickly. There you go. We still have some ground to make up, but keep in mind, this drought monitor issued today does not take into account the significant rainfall we had Tuesday, late Tuesday, and even into Wednesday, south of San Antonio. See, they get the data by Tuesday morning, analyze it. Thursday, they issue the new drought monitor. So next week's should be an even bigger improvement upon what we have out there right now. The big story for the drought is, of course, Webb County and some locations south down I-35, but West Texas, Western Panhandle as well, and into New Mexico and the desert Southwest. That's where we really need the rain the most. And some showers are just west of West Texas and Mexico. Hopefully some of them can make their way across the mountains and then actually drop a little precip there around and east of El Paso. What we're watching next is this little elongated ripple in the upper level flow. That's a weak upper level trough that's developing. It's a disturbance that's still in its infancy, but that's going to be pushing our way in the days ahead, especially as we get into next week. This weekend, we'll be out ahead of it. We'll have a bit of a messy flow aloft, and we think mainly just some periods of rain, some rumbles of thunder here and there. But as we get into next week, we'll have a much more unstable atmosphere and better kick from this upper level system that's dropping right into Texas, and that should promote the potential for some severe weather into next week. So this weekend, we've got those high rain chances, 60% Saturday and Sunday. That doesn't mean it's going to be raining all day Saturday, all day Sunday, but we think there's going to be good coverage across South Texas periodically through the weekend. So increasing during the day on Saturday and then periodically here and there on Sunday. Monday, we'd be more likely to see some thunderstorms, maybe even some strong ones, and then especially into the middle of next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, a greater likelihood of severe potential at least. So that's what we're watching very closely for next week. Until then, pretty quiet out there again tomorrow. Quiet now. Enjoy this. 73 degrees currently, dew point of 57, east wind at 9. 83, Cotulla, Hondo 77, 69 in Fredericksburg. That's the range of temperatures across our area. Tomorrow morning, some 50s in the hill country, 57 in Kerrville and Fredericksburg, 62 Pleasanton, right near 60 in San Antonio. By the afternoon on your Friday, we're looking at low to mid 80s for most of us, from 84 Carrizo Springs to 80 in Canyon Lake, and some upper 70s in the hill country. Converse 81, Leon Springs 80, and Helotes at 80 degrees. That's for your Friday with a mixture of sun and clouds again. Southeasterly breeze at 5 to 10. You're not going to notice much humidity tomorrow, but you will this weekend and thereafter. High temperatures. The warmest we'll get is near 90 on Monday. Otherwise, most of the time will be in the 80s. And I mentioned those rain chances. This weekend, mainly rain, a few rumbles of thunder. The severe potential, we think, ramps up a bit as we get into next week.
All right. Thank you, Adam.
All right. The Spurs are not in yet.
There is a team that mathematically could exceed the Spurs and rob them of that 10th and final playoff position, play-in position, I should say. But two major things have to happen. When we come back, we'll tell you what those will be. And Judson Independent School District has a new athletic director coming up. Our San Antonio Spurs still have some work to do following their loss to the Nets in Brooklyn last night in the final road trip of the regular season. The Spurs got off to a great start thanks to this circus shot by DeMar DeRozan for the basket and the foul. But then the Nets go on a 13-0 run, capped off by this Mike James runner. Brooklyn is up by 15. Not one single assist or three-pointer for the Spurs at this point. A much better second quarter. Jakob Poeltl starts the break with a block. Lonnie Walker, the fourth, finds Rudy Gay for the corner three, and the Spurs are down 6 at the break. But in the second half, the Spurs are down double digits as Patty Mills tries to stop the bleeding with back-to-back three-pointers. But James Harden, making his first appearance in over a month after injuring his hamstring, returns to score 18. Spurs fall 128-116.
I thought that our best team on the court was the team that was out there for the last 8 minutes. We just have to be more consistent with our competitiveness and our execution. And, we had 0 assists in the first quarter, gave them the lead. That mental toughness to play after you played a hell of a game has to be there. It hasn't been there.
We'll see if it's there tonight. Thanks to the Spurs I-35 routers, the Pelicans have been eliminated as a threat to the Spurs' 10th spot in the Western Conference after the Mavs defeated New Orleans 125-107. But there's a little hasty last night in locking up the play-in tournament. The Sacramento Kings had a long shot to steal it from SA if they went out and the Spurs lose out in the final three. The Kings close out with back-to-back games against Memphis. Their final game is against Utah. Here's the matchup of the Spurs tonight in New York at Madison Square Garden at 6:30. Before Tim Duncan is inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame this Saturday, Spurs fans have the opportunity to experience some Timmy history in this photo walk the team has put together at the AT&T Center. It's open today until 6, tomorrow 2 to 7. Big change at Judson Independent School District. Former Judson girls basketball coach Treva Corrales is now the new athletic director for Judson School District. She replaces Mike Miller, who's retiring, and with the move, Corrales is now the athletic director for both the boys and girls teams in the district. It's after she led the girls basketball team to 5 straight state semifinal appearances, winning the state title in Class 6A in 2019.
It was a hard decision for me because I've been doing this for 24 years, and you don't think you're ever ready to take that next step. But for me, the opportunity was just something that I don't think comes along very often, and the leadership that's in place is something that I want to be a part of.
And she's also coaching the high school girls all-star game tonight, in fact. So wow, big changes.
Yeah, thanks, Greg.
We'll be right back.
Tomorrow, quiet, 82, partly sunny conditions into the weekend, mostly cloudy, very humid. You'll notice that mugginess and some periods of rain, few rumbles of thunder. Not all weekend long, but periodically here and there. Then we get into next week, and that's when we have more of a potential for stronger storms. So we'll keep you updated.
Thanks so much for watching the News at 5 with us.
World News up next. See you back here at 6.